Hello everyone, and welcome to a bonus class for the Glass Ceiling Breakthrough. And I actually opened up this class to everyone to really look at what's next. And what's next for me is going to be in terms of life vision mentoring. But I really want this to also be a what's next for whatever stage that you're at, because not everyone is actually ready for that stage. And some people are getting ready to be past that stage. There's people who have just completed life vision mentoring. There's people who are in my advanced class, which is called Global Vision Mentoring. And so what I'm going to do is just go over everything just really briefly. And today is an integration class. And I say that because really what we've got here is a process where we're actually integrating all the work that we did in the Glass Ceiling Breakthrough. And for those people who don't have the Glass Ceiling Breakthrough, what I'm going to do is in the chat room here, I'm just going to place the links that you may need. And the links are the very last class. So I'm not going to go through all the detail. The last class has all the details of a life vision mentoring program. And I may refer to it, but you can go back to the link that I've put in there and you can get that there. And there's also a link for connecting with me. We'll talk about that at the end, where everyone here is going to be gifted a free 15-minute session for those people who haven't worked with me before. So you get a chance to work with either myself or one of my super team who I'll be introducing to you as well. So we're going to be doing that. And I just wanted to let you know the reason why I did the Glass Ceiling Breakthrough program, the reason why I do life vision mentoring, the reason why I do all my work is I really recognize that there's a gap between the potential, and for myself, it was a gap between my own potential of what I could achieve and what I was achieving. And that for me was causing frustration. It was causing, really, I guess, puzzlement would be the word. Like, why is it that I'm not achieving what I really feel like I'm meant to be achieving? And I believe the reason for that is twofold. And the reason is because our vibration and our frequency are not where they need to be. And the interesting thing is what I've done is I've separated the distinction between vibration and frequency. And hopefully by now, those people who have journeyed with me are starting to get a sense that the two are actually different. That vibration has got to do with this inner stuff that's going on. And the majority of you, simply by being here, says to me that you are interested in personal development, level of consciousness, your own growth. All right. And for many of you, you've been doing this for years, is developing and growing and expanding who you are. But even that has been somewhat restricted because what we generally do is place a glass ceiling. At a certain point, we think that's as far as I can go. For some reason, we stop ourselves at a certain level. And part of the program is to recognize that this level is an illusion, that we can actually physically break through that. And then on the other side of that is this area called frequency, which was just really left out. And the closest I can get to anyone talking about it really was the Abraham Hicks material, where they talk about the law of attraction. And this is where people who have done all this personal development work, still find that they're broke, that they're not in relationship, that their work is not taking off. They're not really feeling fulfilled. And so I really recognize, as well as shifting our vibration, we also have to lift our frequency in the world. And when we can do both, we're in the best possible chance for miracles to take place. And really, that's what, any program that you do from now on, for me, would be about what is the best way for me to create a miracle in my life. And I don't believe any course will physically create the miracle, but we can set the parameters for the miracle to happen. It's like people who have done the clear blocks to money flow. I can't guarantee you're going to make money, However, people who've done the course within an hour of the course have made $10, $20, even $30,000 within an hour of the course. Because something just happens. They're just in that flow. And it may even start with people just being happy with extra bills coming in and not stressing out. And they go, oh, well, this is actually having the opposite effect. And then it seems to turn around and then the extra money comes in to pay for it. It just has that effect. And in the Life Vision Mentoring program that we're going to be talking about soon, that's also about shifting the reality of where you are, both in terms of vibration and in terms of frequency. And what I've put in the chat room there, I've put in a link for the last class that actually talks about how to continually raise your frequency and vibration. So all the details of that stuff is there. And one of the interesting statements that came up in that was, I have unlimited potential. Now, just think about that for a moment. And in the class, and I really, for those people who haven't listened to it, even if you've been with me for a while, just go over it and listen to that one part. I have unlimited potential. And think about what that would mean to your life if you had unlimited potential. How exciting is that? So what we're going to be doing today is I want to start by clearing one major thing for you today, because this is an integration class that's putting it all together. And we're just going to bring a few people on. We're only going to go for half an hour, and then a half an hour, regardless where I'm at, we're going to stop because I like to start and finish on time. But we're going to stay on today for any questions and answers that you might have. Might be about the program, your life, how you can really step in to this area of unlimited potential. And for those who have just coming on who don't know me, I'm referred to as the blockbuster, because we actually get to clear those blocks that stop us. And many of you see me doing this sort of stuff and say, I wonder what he's doing. And I'm just letting you know that effectively what I can do, I've been working with vision now since 1992. So it's going back, we're almost 30 years now. And what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be shifting the energy fields in your light body or in your aura. If you're a scientist, it'll be an electromagnetic field around your body. We just language is all we're using here. But we're just going to be shifting the energy fields so that there's a shift or an alignment, if you like. I used to call it a light body correction. And I realized we're not actually correcting anything. We're just aligning this back into your body where it needs to be. And the amazing thing with this is you'll get to feel it straight away. And not only will you get to feel it, you get to feel it whether you're live with me now or you're listening to the replay. Because the work that I've set up literally goes beyond time and space. And so I've had people who've had major success who have contacted me and said, that's been the best class I've ever done, and I've shifted all this stuff, and I've been asleep while they're doing it. You know, talking about making a difference in someone's life, you know, while you're sleeping. And I think that's, you know, the ultimate of where we want to get to. So what we're going to do today is we're going to shift and actually clear one statement. And I'm going to bring someone on. I won't bring someone on who really hasn't worked with me. Chris, I'm going to bring you on because it's been 5 years since we've seen each other. So would you mind unmuting yourself, please?
Okay.
And if you remember 5 years ago, I probably did some clearings for people at the time, did I?
Yes.
Do you remember any of that? Okay. Can you relate to everything I've been talking about in terms of that there's a gap between what we know as our potential and the reality in our lives?
Absolutely.
All right. So what I'd like to do is just to get you to say this statement for me. And the statement is, and this is for everyone, and Chris, I'll get you to say this, now is the time.
Now is the time.
Okay. And when I'm testing that, and I'm muscle testing everything from now on, that's actually coming up as a stress when you say it. It's almost like you don't believe it. All right.
Okay.
So what does that mean to you? Like, what do you think the stress is for you when we say now is the time?
There's always a lot of how do you describe it? Planes in the air, but very few seem to land.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's more planes and more planes, but they don't ever seem to hit the ground. So I guess that's what it's coming from.
Okay. All right. And what does that do for you? Like, does it feel like it's never going to happen sometimes? Does it feel like it's like a, I used to talk about like a poker machine, you know, it'd come out enough just to keep you sitting there, but not really, the jackpot never comes out.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's because you want to do things and you want to do more things. And in my case, helping other people to heal. But the inhibitor comes from money not necessarily being there to invest in the programs I could use to help myself. So as things, it trickles in, but never enough to provide what I would need for everything going forward, I guess.
Yep. And what would happen if you, in your life, do you think, if you really believed in yourself that now is the time, that the universe is here to support you, everything's here to start flowing? What would that feel like?
It would be incredible, considering last year I was in bed for 15, 18 hours a day with massive migraines and traumatic brain injury issues. So I'm at a point now, as I'm in my own recovery, that I'm helping others to recover.
Yeah, good on you.
So the ability to help hundreds, thousands of other people is at my fingertips.
Awesome. Awesome. So really appropriate timing here at the moment, isn't it? All right. Martha, I'm going to bring you on as well if we can. Can you relate to that as well for yourself?
Oh, God. I think for me, it comes more of like a self-worth programming that I've been dealing with. So it doesn't have to do with whether or not I think the plane is ever going to land. It's just whether or not I'm worth landing, I guess.
Yep.
Getting there, with whether I'm worth actually accomplishing all of that. So that I'm not sure where that comes from, though.
Okay. So it's a self-worth. It actually comes, look, just testing that. You've had this all your life, actually, that this has been, it's been a learned behavior. So can you just say for me, now is the time?
Now is the time.
Yeah, that's actually coming up as a stress as well. Can you hear that?
I can feel that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I want it to be, but it's sort of like, and it feels like there's something close to it. All right. Look, I'm going to bring on Heather. Can I bring you on for this? Heather is one of our major coaches here. We've got a couple of our coaches live with us today. Heather, what would you say to people when they say, look, you know, it's not time, or this statement? Like, what does that mean for you, do you think?
So if they say that particular statement, well, I think we always just have to live in the now, and the time is now, because we don't have the past, the stories, and the future we are creating. So by linking into what is available that we know that is purposeful for us, then we can only benefit and move forward, you know. So it's always, that's what we focus on, the now. That's what we have.
And that's all we've got. I agree with you. Chris, I want to come back to you if you like. We're going to come back to Chris. I want to actually clear this while we've got everyone here. And Chris, what we're going to do is we're just going to clear this, not just for yourself, but for everyone in the group. All right, Chris, can you say for me, please, now is the time?
Now is the time.
Okay. How does that feel saying that?
A little less hesitant than before, but not full yet.
Okay. So the reason why it's not full yet, I'm just going to let you know this. It's a great response. The reason why it's not full is a part of you is going, is this really possible? Like, it's got to be harder than this, you know. We've got to somehow scream and carry on and do major processes and things like that. And so the part that I can't clear is the part where we cling to the old story of who we've been.
Okay.
All right. And just so that you know, can everyone if you can just say it again, and I'll get people to put their hand up if they can hear a difference, because I want you to see that people are actually hearing this difference. So if you can hear a difference, can you just put your hand up when you just say, now is the time?
Now is the time.
Okay.
Definitely.
And can you see all those hands going up?
Yes.
Okay. So there's got to be something to this, right? Like people are just saying they can hear something different when you say it. All right. So see how it goes, and we can talk about it a little bit later if you like as well. Martha, we'll get you on as well because we had you saying it as well. So we'll get you to repeat that as well if you wouldn't mind.
Now is the time.
Yep. And how's that feel now saying that, Martha?
Well, the first time I said it, I had like heat go through my body. Like I had a physical reaction to it. Not so much this time.
Okay. Okay. And again, just say it again. I want people to put their hands up if they hear a difference. So just say now is the time. If you feel like she actually believes it when she says it.
Now is the time.
Okay. So who can hear a difference in that?
Mm.
You know, before it was just like she didn't actually believe it herself. All right. So would anyone like, you'll need to raise your hand electronically, which is in the reactions if you're not sure how to do that. Would anyone like to comment on that for themselves, please? Anyone like to comment on this statement, now is the time? It's a really amazing statement. I'll start with you, Lisa. I'll bring you, Lisa, I'll bring you back on as well. And if anyone else wants to comment, just raise your hand electronically and then we'll bring you on. Lisa, what's that statement mean for you, do you think?
From changing from before
Yeah, to now, like, because I can even feel it within myself. Like it feels like within myself, like I'm ready to step up even further again. You know, like that's like has that sort of feel to it. Do you sort of pick that up?
yeah, those internal fears, what ifs,
Yep.
for me feel less consequential.
Yep.
You know, before they were maybe quite high, quite murky and muddy to wade through. And now it feels more like, yeah, just skip over that one. It's there, doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I just wanted to recognise that, you know, part of this, when we get to clear this, it's not only about shifting and increasing vibration frequency, it decreases things like fears and it self-sabotages and those sorts of things that I've been working with for over 20 years. So, you know, creates a shift in who we are. It's almost like we create a new identity. So thanks, Lisa. Andrea, you want to jump on?
Yes, I do. So yes, I really relate and love this statement. There were a lot of things I'd been procrastinating for a long time, and I've begun doing them. And because I've had this feeling, now is the time. And there's so much more I'm wanting to do and feel ready to do that I'm not procrastinating them yet, but I don't want to.
All right. So can you just say for me, now is the time?
Now is the time.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, Andrea's just finished our Life Vision mentoring program that we've just had. How's that been for you?
It's been very good, very good. Yes, I have written out my statements and I read them often, and yeah, it's beautiful.
So you've probably had, like, even the time we've worked together in the short time, you've probably had 100 statements coming up from me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that.
Yeah. So, you know, you think one statement is amazing. You know, for those who are interested in working with me and clearing lots of statements, I mean, and these are generally unique. So, for example, in the Life Vision mentoring, we have group classes like this. We get to clear it. These group master classes. We do classes where we educate people. We also have a weekly, once a month, we have a one-on-one class. So one of the coaches and yourself actually gets to clear stuff one-on-one that really pertain to you. And you also set up with a buddy so you connect it to someone else as well. All right, because one of the key things we've learned is a lot of people feel like they have to do this alone. And you know, I have to say with the group that I've just finished, it's been we've had 16 in that group, and they've really supported each other. It's been really beautiful just to watch that support that they've had for each other in that group. You know, as people have released books for the first time and, you know, done things, all these other things for the first time and been supported by everyone around them. I've really felt that, and it's been quite remarkable. So for those people interested in going further, as I said, I do actually have in the chat room, I've posted the link, which is what all the detail is about. And Lisa, I might get you to repost that, find that in the chat room and repost that, because all my chat room stuff closed when I lost everything. I might be able to put it back on. No, everything's gone. So if someone there wouldn't mind just reposting that link, there's 2 links there actually. There's a link for the class which go through all the details about the Life Vision Mentoring Program. And really that's about taking your vibration and your frequency to brand new levels so that you actually get to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And a lot of times, you know, it's also about taking that pressure off yourself, of allowing things to just happen so that you can step into who you are. You know, really important process. The second link, the link there's also a link about the details of the program in the website at the barryocketell.com site. And if you go to barryocketell.com and you look at the Life Vision Mentoring Program, what you can do there's an opportunity for everyone here today to click on that link and book in for a free 15-minute session for those people who haven't worked with me before. And what we're going to do is do 2 things. We're going to actually work out what your frequency and vibration is, because otherwise it becomes a theoretical model. And so in 15 minutes, we're going to get to look at your frequency, look at your vibration, you know, get to clear one major block that's already happening in your life. And we get to see whether it's a fit for you to do this as your next step. You know, now is the time. You get to choose what's the next step for you. And if Life Vision Mentoring Program is the next step, terrific. If something else is the next step, terrific. But what I love everyone here to do is really commit to taking another step forward. You know, not doing that means that you get the same results that you're getting now. And so I would suggest that you have a look at the program, book in and find out where your frequency and your vibration is. We have a policy of not taking everyone on. This is actually an advanced course because we are working with those people who know the scale. Of a scale of 0 to 1,000, we're after people at least around 450 to 500. And then at that particular stage, once we get past 500, we actually get you up over 1,000. And that's just 5 years ago, I would have said that was impossible. And the reason why I know we can do that is to date, we've had 100% success rate. We've run 9 groups and we've had 100% success rate because we've really chosen the people that come in have been really wanting to be there, wanting to support each other and really wanting to make a shift in their lives. So I'm going to leave that to you as a gift for you. Heather, I'm just going to bring you back on. Anything else you'd like to say about the Life Vision Mentoring Program as one of the coaches?
Oh, yes, I would. But am I back on?
You are on, yes.
Oh, yeah, I just couldn't see my face. That's, yeah. So, hi, everybody. I'm Heather. I'm from New Zealand, and I'm one of the coaches that work with Barry, and it's an extraordinary program. That's all I can say. I've just seen so many benefits, and people just move from strength to strength throughout the 4 months. And I can just say that let go of any fears, any worries, and the what ifs, and just take this and run with it. You won't regret it. I can absolutely guarantee that. It's just fabulous, and love to be working with any of you on this program as well.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And there is a guarantee that we do guarantee that if you commit to the program, we will get you to those numbers that we talk about.
Totally.
You know, like that's been the situation. Lisa, did you want to add anything just before we finish up?
No, not really, except for if, it's a really good move to support yourself. I've found just in myself, listening to some of those early recordings where we've had classes, it's wonderful just hearing that shift that I've had for myself. It's been remarkable.
Awesome. Thank you. I want to just thank everyone for being on the call here today, as we have a few technical issues, and want to thank those people who step in, and it's part of the group leadership group that we have, that they're able to step in whether I'm here or not as well. So hopefully that's been a benefit. I said we want to finish in half an hour, and we've done that really well. So I just want to acknowledge that for your time. I am happy to hang around for as long as it takes to answer any questions that anyone may have. So if you have a question, all you need to do now, and thank you, for those people who need to go, that's fine. For those people who have questions or would just want to hang around and listen to the questions, please just raise your hand in the chat room, and so that I can get to everyone who wants to have a chat. So, and just want to thank all those people who have said really lovely comments in the chat room there as well. I'll go back over those shortly as well. So is there anyone would like to ask a question? So Chris, I want to start with you. How are you feeling now at the moment?
A little more relieved, I guess, from the do it now standpoint, or it can happen now standpoint.
Yeah.
I'd say on a physical level, I'm about 70% of where I was improvement wise from last year till now.
Oh,
so I'm grateful for the second chance at life that I have at the moment. Yeah. So that's where it's, when you're down, I was at 10% brain functionality last year.
Yeah.
So.
And certainly can understand, like brain stuff. I've gone through 3 major brain operations myself, where at one point they told me I literally had 2 hours to live.
Incredible.
And I really do appreciate life. And I guess those scenarios makes you appreciate life. So I want to thank you for making the effort being on here today.
And thank you for hosting this. I'm glad to have made it.
Awesome. Anyone else got any comments or questions they'd like to ask? And particularly around now is the time. That was a great statement for today. I really like that particular one. So has anyone got any questions about themselves they'd like to ask? Just jump on, or you can raise your hand if you need to. But if you can, I'm happy for you just to jump on. There's only not that many here at the moment as well. So anyone else got anything else they'd like to ask? Otherwise, Suzanne.
Unmute. Now you can hear me.
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. I think this is really actually magical for me now, because before this class, before any of this, I thought, now's the time. I've got to change something. And along comes Barry. I'm going to know that guy. I honestly said that. And I was cooking dinner, and all of a sudden the phone rumbled, and it was an integration class. And I went, I had just come back from out of the country. And I went, oh my God, was it a limited time? So I said, we may as well look at it. I looked at it and I got on. And I went, it was a gift. When those things happen and you're not sitting around thinking about them, I accept it as a gift.
That is awesome. I just love the synchronicity that you're meant to be here at the moment. And
absolutely.
That's really good. I want to challenge, just take you one step further here. When you say now is the time for yourself, what is it time for?
Taking me seriously.
Yeah.
Doing the work, that there's a pattern to that work. There's a reason and rhyme. There's a method, and I have to take that seriously and let myself get into it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. It's good awareness just to voice that, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful.
Why doesn't everyone take me seriously? Okay, I'm going to start with me, maybe.
Let's start right here.
Yeah. All right. Suzanne, I really strongly suggest take advantage of that 15-minute session and one of us will get to you.
And I'll do the money, I think you said blocks to money flow.
Clear blocks to money flow is the other one. I really recommend the two work so well together.
Okay.
You know, and what's actually happening is the clear blocks to money flow, we've been challenging everyone. So there's a bit of an energy in that in April. I'm challenging everyone to go over that again, including myself. I've been going over it. Next month, we're going to be doing the same thing for clear blocks financial freedom. Yeah. So after doing that one, you can move into financial freedom, and that will create even more. And then in July of 2021, we're actually doing a brand new program, which is going to be called Clear Blocks to Wealth and Luxury. Yeah. And that's really going to be for those who really want to step up beyond just surviving or being comfortable into, well, we all deserve wealth and luxury. That's going to be an interesting one for people. Yeah. So, you know, start with the money flow. It really, I think there's something like about 100 blocks that it actually clears through 50 statements that we do. It's in the one course. So, you know, you can work that out per block that you get to clear. I think it becomes a pretty affordable program. So thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else like to make a comment? Otherwise we'll head off.
Hi, I'd just like to say, I guess if anybody's feeling they're not sure about the Life Vision mentoring, especially if you've done lots of courses before and you're not sure, is it just another course? What I found was you can't go wrong with it because of the one-to-one sessions. The course is a unique course for you. It's tailored to you. You will clear so many blocks that are just about you, that you really, you know, you can't go wrong with it. I've just completed it, and I couldn't recommend it enough. And there is that group support as well, but it's the fact that it's so uniquely tailored, and you get so much one-to-one time. It's just well worth it. Yeah. So thanks.
And we've really been careful to make sure that, like, you know, as we've expanded, it's been really easy for the one-to-one time to say, oh, we'll drop those and just do the group work. But I think the one-on-one time is that recognizing everyone has their own little unique flavor to what's stopping them from moving forward. You know, it isn't a one thing fix all sort of a process. We all have such a massive difference in life experiences and things like that. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And I've really enjoyed it. And would you like to give a plug about your book? Because you've just finished that. So I'm going to give it a free plug here for everyone.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did Barry's Clear Blocks to Authorship course, and it completely inspired me to write. So I've written a book called A New Life for Mr. Squawky Pants. And now I'm totally embarrassed because that's the name of my cat. But yeah, had a lot of fun writing it, and it's given me a lot of confidence to go on and write more.
So everyone here who has a cat called Mr. Squawky Pants will be rushing out to get that, I'm sure. But I think everyone who has a cat will probably rush out and get it. But I think it's really just wonderful that you've been inspired to do that. So thank you. Thank you for coming on. Oh, it's been a real journey for us as we go through here, and the Vision School is expanding, and you know, it's really good. We actually had a team meeting this week that was quite amazing, as we're recognising that we're expanding into bigger areas, and certainly for those people who maybe don't know what's happening, in a couple of weeks we're running a course called Beyond 2020, because the Vision School started with eyesight programs. That's what I thought it would be partly initially as well. And then we've moved beyond eyesight programs into looking at vision of life. But I'm going back, having created a movie, which is actually also on the Vision School. We're going back and we're doing a program called Seeing Beyond 2020. And that actually starts in a few weeks. There'll be another free class, I think it's either next week or the week after, where we'll be discussing that particular program. So keep your eye out for that within the Vision School. If you're not in the Vision School, send me an email and we'll make sure that you get access to that as well. Janelle, you had a quick question you want to add something to?
I just wanted to add, like, I'm similar to Rosalind and done similar things, but Rosalind's on the other side of the country, and I met Rosalind through our training, as well as I've met some of these other amazing people. And I've got to say this to you, Rosalind's book, which for some reason I felt like I really needed to read, the synchronicities for the two of us, we've never met each other. We've actually not had much to do with each other except in the group sessions. And we've been emailing each other overnight and are both just so astounded at the level of synchronicity from Rosalind's book in terms of my own world. It's like she's told my story and I've never met the woman. And it's just, we're still both in shock about it all, but just want to say to you guys, like, if you have any questions, and I had lots of questions, believe me, but those one-on-one sessions, and Barry really, and everybody in the whole team has helped me answer those questions. So just wanted to add, yeah, I was fearful and still have some of those, but the course is supporting me no end to work through that. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Just to let people know, the next class actually starts in just over a month's time, beginning of June. So that gives you about a month to have a one-on-one, find out whether it's a fit, you know, connect to someone. And really what I always suggest to people is meditate on it. You know, like whenever I do a course, you know, it's not the extra 6 steak knives that's going to get me in. I generally will meditate, and it's just where I need to be, you know, like that's where I'll sort of go. Marianne, do you want to just jump on and say hello? I just want to say a quick hello to some of the people before we wrap up this here today. How was today for you, Marianne?
I missed the beginning, so I sort of felt like I was coming in late, but I know Nell, and I've been doing kinesiology for an awful long time, and I was just very interested to listen to what you had to say, but I think not getting the beginning sort of didn't give me the full context.
Okay. And the replay will be available. Hopefully, we had a few techo issues as well, so hopefully the replay will be there. But what I want to do for you,
good. Yeah.
Is there one thing in your life, if you could change, would make a difference in your life? What would that be?
Decluttering.
Okay.
It's about one of the few blocks I think that just getting around to sorting stuff that I no longer need, that I just don't get around to doing.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm moving forward really well in all sorts of aspects of my life. And I was, when I heard you say now is the time, I thought, yeah, because I'm an adventurer, it is the time. And I thought, no, there's nothing I need to do. I went, whoop, hang on a minute.
Okay, so because you do kinesiology, I'm going to clear something for you straight away, if that's all right.
Thank you. Yes, please.
And the statement that's coming up is, now is the time to clear my space.
Uh-huh.
Can you say that for me, please?
Now is the time to clear my space.
Okay, so there's still a little bit of resistance around that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Now is the time is actually holding strong, because we clear that for the group, but to clear your space part with it is like, what's the resistance you think about clearing your own space?
I'm not sure. It's just getting started. It's just like I think it's just one room where everything goes if it hasn't got a home. And it's like, that feels like what my head's like inside in that department. Okay. Yeah.
So I get a sense as you clear that room, you'll clear your own headspace. That's what it feels like.
Yes, I've been telling myself that, but I'm not listening to my own talk, my own speech.
So now's the time to clear my space. It's like, I don't have to do the whole thing. I just have to start, because that's all it is.
Yeah, it is the starting. It's getting over that little hump of starting.
Yep. So I want you to commit, even if it's for 15 minutes today.
Okay. Good idea.
Let me clear this for you. Okay. Can you say for me, now is the time to clear my space?
Now is the time to clear my space.
Okay. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a decision coming in there.
Yeah.
To do it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So
thank you.
Join me on Messenger and let me know when you do it as well. I'm going to keep you accountable.
Okay. And I'll do that 15 minutes with you too.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome. Isabella.
Hello, everyone. I just want to share how this program has supported me along the way, and it's just amazing. First of all, let me thank Marian. Now is the time to clear my space. It's just perfect. I'm in your shoes. But then now is the time for me. About 3 weeks ago, I've been doing my one-on-one session with Heather, and Heather has helped me come a long way. So I've had some, I have my own business, and I had certain things going on, and I had to make certain decisions, which I didn't realize that, working one-on-one with her was going to give me that strength and power to be able to, find my voice and release people who were dragging me, on my progress. So I had to let everybody go. I, didn't have anybody working for 3 weeks. And all of a sudden, this week, I have things moving so fast, unbelievable. Yeah. And these people are coming back and want to do more to help me, to support me. So I just want to let everyone know that now is the time. The universe is here to support us, me, and I'm not alone, and you are not alone. And I've learned to ask for help. So I want to thank all of you, thank Barry, thank Heather, and I welcome everybody. And we're here to support each other. Much love.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And I just love you in the group. Every time you say something, you add value to it. I just want to acknowledge that. And I also want to acknowledge I actually bought some furniture yesterday, which I put together to clean my office up. So today I'm going to keep myself accountable. So Marianne, when you text me and say you've done your 15 minutes, I will say I've done my 15 minutes as well. So yeah, we're all in this together as well. So we're going to be cleaning our offices up today and tidy our spaces up and things like that as well. So that'll be pretty good. I'd love to hear from someone who I haven't heard from. There's a few people there who I don't know. Feel free if you want to jump on and say a quick hello. Just want to give those people a chance who maybe haven't sort of say anything, just hide in there. If you want to just sneak in the background, that's fine. But anyone that hasn't spoken today that wants to sort of say something, this is your chance. Otherwise, we'll finish up. All right, look, thanks everyone for today. It's been really good. It's I'm really excited about stepping forward with Life Vision Mentoring 10 coming up. If you're listening to the replay in 10 years' time, it might be Life Vision Mentoring 21, I guess, could be up to, who knows by then. So depending on where that is. But if you go to the barryocketell.com, if you can't spell Barry Ocketel, you can actually go to barryau.com and that will send you there. AU for Ocketel and AU for Australia. So we've tried to make it as simple as you can to actually achieve that. So thank you guys very much for being on the call today. Hopefully been some benefit with the whole glass ceiling breakthrough. I think it's an amazing program in itself. Certainly looking forward to supporting everyone else here in the future. Thanks everyone. Bye.